hello, I am Kia Ara. I am hosting this panel, which I'm calling 321 Cosplay. Basically how this is going to work is I'm going to show my three lovely panelists some pictures of some characters that have some difficult cosplay elements, and we're just going to get their raw first impressions of how they're going to go about making these things. Some of these are from actual community members, so we're going to try to go through those ones first, and if we get through those ones, then we're going to go on to the ridiculous ones that I have found in my travels. And if you in the chat have something that you want me to ask our lovely panelists about, DM me on Discord. I am, again, Kiara on Discord. I have the pineapple logo. So it's Kiara without the apostrophe, like on this slide. So yeah, DM me with your character and a reference picture, preferably, and I can set it up to go into this presentation to ask our panelists about.
No pressure, no pressure.
So these are my panelists. We have Dart, Pira, and Z. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves? Or do you want me to introduce you?
No, you introduce us.
Okay, so we have Dart, who you can't see right now, our fearless kanji host, who is a very creative cosplayer, doing a lot of mascots and fursuits, that sort of thing. Master level cosplayer. And then up at the, oh, we switched our views. Pira was up on the top. Pira is a very talented master level cosplayer, really good at a bunch of little details and amazing prop making, and just a very beautiful person. And then we have Pira's at the bottom now, and Z's at the top. Now, at the top, we have Z of Z the Raccoon fame. Again, a very creative cosplayer, making really out-of-the-box, wild idea cosplays. So I'm really glad to have Z on this panel, because there's a few weird ones.
But I just
want to know how these people's brains work.
Oh. Hold on, I might be able to. Oh, there we go. We're all on there.
Oh, yay.
Oh, okay. Cool. Z's up on the top. Is it possible to switch me and Z? Because I think that would make more sense.
Yeah, okay, hold on.
But anyways, let us begin. So again, my panelists have not seen these. Well, they've seen the characters, but they have not seen these slides before, so they don't know what's coming. So this is our first character. This is V from Arcane. This was submitted by Lily the Archivist on Discord, who wants to know how you would make these gauntlets, these massive weapon gauntlets. So I'll give you a few seconds to I'll zoom in a little bit on these gauntlets here.
Do we have restrictions of telling you, or just how we personally would make them first?
Let's do no restrictions for this one.
Okay.
Just basically your raw thoughts of like materials, how you would go about building it, and like things you might want to keep in mind when creating this costume for like quality of life when you have these gloves on, like how you're going to open doors or get your wallet out of your pocket.
So I would go with Hulk hands.
Like pre-made Hulk hands, like you can buy at Walmart? Like,
yeah, pre-made Hulk hands.
Yeah.
That's right. And then I would just build on top of that.
Ooh.
Like an Evafoam structure. And do that. Because I really like buying something and then working off of that. Because like that big thickness there, I'm like, I don't know how to do that. Give me a Hulk hand and then I can just build on top of that. So that's where I'm going. They don't need to move. That's for like engineers to do. That's not me.
All right. Anyone else want to weigh in on this one?
Do you want to go next, Trish?
Yeah. So like any really popular character, someone has probably already done it before you. So like even if you want like Arcane version, someone has done League of Legends one already, and you're going to be able to like look up tutorials and stuff for that. So there might already be patterns that exist. But if you want to do it from scratch, like just paper mock-ups, and then probably Evafoam, something that can take a beating. You do like a hard shell. A lot of people get like a bar that you can grip. If you don't want it to be like fully movable, you can stick your hand in the big box of hand and you hold this so your hand can be bigger than your real hand. There is a lot of like cool puppetry stuff you can do with wires, which probably Dart would know more about than me. If you want.
Yeah, I was looking at that and I was like, you know, they have them in Canadian Tire. We're talking about starting with one thing of the pinch hands that they have, like the little things. I was like, you could probably find something to put that into it. Although I have seen tutorials online of how to build those grabby hands. I would probably make mine out of cardboard only because I know my attention span would not last to do that out of EVA foam, and cardboard would be faster to do it. And then you could do like paper clay or foam clay on top for all of like the detailing. And then go to the dollar store for lights if you wanted them lit up. But I would be sort of tempted to be like, well, I can't actually open any doors, so do I need the functionality of being able to open and close my hands?
Lindsay always
a
needs
little
a
latch, and you have like the big gauntlet, and then like the little hand opens up like Frankie One Piece, and you just have the tiny hand inside.
We have a couple comments saying, I imagine pink foam layered with other foam to work. Oh, that'd be an interesting way to do the pink insulation foam.
Face to carve, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be nice and light.
Pink foam is one of those weird ones that you think it's much lighter, but it's really not when you start layering it on top of each other.
It's true. I did have that.
Carve it as the pattern, and then you can like tape it off from that if that's too heavy. Sorry, I cut you off.
Sorry. Okay. I think we've answered that question.
Okay, let's move on to the next one. So this is the character Caitlin from Pokemon, specifically Black and White. She's a member of the Elite Four. This was submitted by Silver, who has cosplayed this character, but wants to know if there was a better way to do the hair so that it actually kind of floats like you have psychic powers.
Armature base. You got to get the really heavy wires. You don't want to make it too heavy though, so you will probably want a hard cap to distribute the weight. And then you want the wires to go off, but you're going to want to join them with something really light, like packing tape. And then you will want to bulk it up with like a cotton, but you don't want to go too heavy. Just the scale of that wig, like even the hair alone you will need for this is going to be really heavy. You might want to look into making part of it detachable so you can take little breaks.
So you're going to get two friends.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to wear the two little things on the sides, and they're going to be totally green. And you're going to paint them out digitally every single shot. And they're just walking around with you.
And this is why Z is here.
Yeah.
If we get to it, there's another one further on that I
so it's a three-person cosplay.
Yeah, similar.
You need two friends for this, but it's gonna look
similar
spectacular. It's gonna be like theater, like it, you know. This
Performance
is
art.
Broadway.
Would chicken wire with felt and wefts work? Oh, probably. I was thinking, I was like, if you wanted, okay, so there's two ways to construct this. You could construct this in the realm of actual physical hair and do that, but dial it down. Be like, okay, we don't need it to be past her knees. It could be like, you get the shape of the character. Or you could go, no, I actually legitimately want to be twice the size with hair. And I was like, you know, I had fun doing the inflatable thing for Nowhere King. I'm like, you could totally sew a great big giant hair bag and do an inflatable thing behind it. And then you probably still need two friends to carry you on either side. If you didn't have like a belt structure attached to the back to help hold that up, because that's a lot of weight on top of your head.
Maybe you can get drones and they can be the little like butterfly things on either end.
Yes, drones flying on either
If
side.
we're going fully high tech.
Or it could be like, you know, like oh my god, what are they called? There's like spinning things. They're on really long sticks and like fabric. and they like dance with the fabric and stuff. They've had it at
Oh,
like
yeah.
masquerades and stuff, but you can have those like attached to you and like poking out the sides, and then they're just like in the wind kind of deal.
Oh yeah.
I would also do that. Anything that makes the hair look like hair and like also move like hair, because when it's actually hair, it's just kind of stuck there, that kind of thing. And when I see that in cosplay, I'm always like, oh my god, your neck, please, please have like neck muscle.
Braces.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you could reinforce it because she. I was like,
That's
you
the
You
thing,
have
can
like
hide
a back
backpack on
harness
that.
that holds a lot of it, and then
Yeah.
you have like a shorter layer that blends into it.
Yeah.
Distribute the weight some.
Hmm.
Chicken wire would work though to make the mass, but again, you'd have to figure out how to attach that to your back.
It's a lot of hair too.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's the most I've ever seen.
That's just like a big
Oh.
poof.
Yeah.
Right. Did we answer
right.
the question?
Honestly, I don't know because I've been working on our next slide, which was just submitted by Orochikyo on Discord. This character is Dmitry Maximov from Darkstalkers, and they want to know how to make this blazer and cape combo. So it's like a blazer, but it's also like part muscle shirt. So yeah, that's what's going on here, maybe.
Yes, it depends on if you already have the muscles or if you need to build the suit too.
That's true. If you need to build the suit, it might actually be easier because you could just like glue it onto the undershirt.
Yeah.
Well, like it looks pretty.
Anytime it's that
good.
skin tight, you don't want to let the fabric do anything. So you're just gonna want to sew it in so that it's already tight on the person, but then like let like the flaps go out, I guess, at the right moments there. But yeah, that's very tight. So you're gonna make a costume, and then you're gonna make it 2 sizes too small, and then
Then you're gonna put it in the laundry so that it shrinks.
to your skin. Yeah.
I was gonna say like I'm looking and I'm like, and I'm sure the color's helping, but I'm like any sort of like EVA or upholstery foam, you could probably find a tutorial how to do one for like a Deadpool or a Wolverine or a Gambit that has like an ab thing built in. I know SKS.
You just buy silicone abs these days.
Yeah, well, you could do that too. SKS Props has free EVA foam things, and they have a ab shirt that you could download and cut out the pattern, and then you could just like either have it that it just like slides over your head, bodysuit that slides on. The legs, I mean, if you weren't as concerned about having the legs as buff as they are, if you wanted to keep that all the way down, you definitely would have to wear like a muscle suit down the legs, because it looked pretty funny if you had this big bulky upper body with these toothpick legs.
Okay, but for the actual blazer, like it looks glued to the vest, so you're probably going to want to make those the same piece and just have like a color transition and have the tails separate. You're definitely going to want to use a very stretchy fabric like spandex, or like a four-way stretch minimum if you're not using the spandex. And the cape does look like it's matching, so you're probably going to have to interface that with something to make it not stretch, and like the same with the cuffs.
So
But
is the cape on one side and the coatee on the other side? Is it like a
I think
one
he's
shoulder?
started-
pulling the cape off.
Hell, because like it's like there's this piece right here.
That has the lining.
It definitely has like this on the other side, but I don't know. I think it's a separate piece. We'd have
But
to
I
get
still
more
think you'd want to
angles.
like stitch it down along here, like
Mhm.
most of the way to make it sit like that. Because if it's not
Yeah.
connected, you're not going to get that ab definition.
You're not gonna get that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah,
see
that's not-
veins. Where
Yes.
is veins through the clothing, Z? Oh, right there.
Like in here.
I mean, some of it's full, some of it's tendons. There's a lot
Yeah.
going on.
This is called the artist.
I'm surprised there's like a cluster of muscles right here that aren't showing here.
I was gonna say this is called he was actually painted naked, and then they realized that they couldn't do that for a graphic design, so they're like, "Okay, we'll just put a shirt over top of him. We'll just color it blue. No one will notice."
Also,
we could do that.
these
Just have the
these
cups
do
or
not please do not do a full body paint when you're going to a convention. That was a thing that my sister got in trouble for as a volunteer once because, yeah, they needed to actually be wearing like panties and they weren't. They were just a full body paint.
Oh no.
Oh no. Yeah.
Yeah, I love this guy's.
It's a red vest. It's a vest.
It's a vest?
What?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, the vest. Okay.
Sorry.
I was like, if you
Yeah,
were
it's gotta be stretchy and belt tight.
Stealth coat and an over cape.
I was gonna say, if it's just the vest underneath that coat, then you could probably just find like a vest pattern because vests are, you know, or even go to a Value Village or a thrift store and find a red
Bathing suit.
ba-
You want it to be stretchy.
It's true.
You're probably not gonna find a stretch vest at the thrift store.
No, but I was gonna say, but if you're not doing the underlayer and you're just doing the costume, you're not doing the character, because you can look at it two different ways, right? Like, are you just trying to emulate the costume, or are you trying to do the whole package? If it's just a red vest and blue coat, then you could probably find a red vest.
Oh yes, my sister on the chat is now saying that she was not the person in the body paint. She was a volunteer who was the person to leave.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't remember her doing a full body paint, but I don't know what you guys got up to. All right, cleared.
All right, are we done with that one? Are we on to the next one?
Next one.
Okay, so this is the character Panty from Panty and Stocking. Now it wasn't this particular character that this person wanted to know about. This was bit by Florian on Discord. It was just the style of legs. They want to know if there's a way to actually emulate this style of like definitionless legs without it looking too Uncanny Valley.
The last part might be more hard.
Yeah.
But definitely. Mascot suits do this all the time in Japan.
Mhm.
You can definitely do this with what's it called, upholstery foam.
Yeah, if you got really, really thin upholstery foam, like either the 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch, and you make not quite a tube, a little bit more of a shape of the tube, and then you just put them on like pants, essentially, with probably suspenders to help hold up that weight, and then put your dress over top. You could definitely do that.
It would look weird if the entire body wasn't done that way, though.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to do a full mascot suit in this style. You can't just do the legs. I'm sorry. You can. I mean, you could.
Yeah, that would definitely make it
It'll look weird.
more uncanny.
I mean,
would
if
be
you didn't
Uncanny
want to,
Valley.
you just have to go really far and you'd have to like coat it in silicone and like sponge on actual foundation to try and make it like
And, like-
really
like
convincingly
stipple it a little
leg,
bit
but that's
to make
gonna
it look
probably
like
get into
skin.
Uncanny Valley.
Yeah.
For that shape, Urataka, like she's already got kind of like there's a lot of tutorials for her boots or for like the one piece egghead boots that are that shape, and yeah, you could definitely cover that with fabric and extend it up to the whole leg to get the start of it. But honestly, I think you're gonna have better luck just like low angles in the photos and just having legs on.
I was like, someone in the comments said, I think I saw someone do this, but wear pants that flow out like that. That would be another way to get the same shape, is have like tan colored pants.
Yeah, they might be mushy when you walk though. is
Yeah.
the-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you did like cartoony sized feet and you like velcroed them around the base of the shoe so that the shoe still had this like honkin' big shape.
Well, I'm thinking the shoe would have to be like part of the legs, like what Z said. This is
Yeah.
essentially a fursuit of a human at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I could see how you could do it. If it was a character with like boots or like thigh high stockings, you could probably do it like just from the knee down. Maybe
You could make this
just
out
like bulk out the ankles a little bit.
Mm.
if you don't want to move at all, if you just want to stand there at a convention, you can make it too.
That's you can
And,
think about it. Yeah, be a robot.
Because some people just love standing there. I'm one of them. I'm just like, I'm standing here.
There's another one. There's another one. There's another one coming up that is also one that I feel like is one that you would just stand there.
Some people just love
It might
it
be the next one.
look at them, yeah. Muppet foam legs? Muppet
Oh yeah. What's Muppet foam?
It's like the stuff that like
Is that an actual thing?
Kermit is made out of. It's like a thicker fleece
Oh,
material.
kind of like the Arctic fleece.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, like the Okay. I didn't realize that was foam. I thought that was just like fleece on like
It's like weird.
like.
Well, it's sort of it's like
It
fleece
has like a
on.
thin upholstery
It's,
foam underneath.
yeah, it has a little bit of upholstery foam underneath, but
I mean, yeah, that could work.
I wonder if they do like custom silicone molds.
I mean, you could do like a
That
full
would be
self. You could like
really
attach
heavy.
your leg,
You know?
and then you would like brush the silicone on the inside of the mold, and then you need something that like inflates more, like a spongy one for inside. But that's going to be hundreds and hundreds of dollars and a lot of time.
We don't have limits.
Also,
We don't
That's
know.
true, we
Yeah,
don't
we
have
don't know what your
limits.
budget or timeline are. So
That's true. That's true.
You have
There,
options.
we did throw around talk of that I would give you guys budgets for
There's
how
no
to do
budget
these
limit.
and like a budget. I haven't given you a budget for any of these. Maybe later.
oh no.
Maybe next year. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay,
All right, so we're ready for the next one.
I think
Yep.
so.
This one is
Oh my
um
God.
this is fun.
Oh.
So this is Ultima the High Seraph from Final Fantasy 12. This was submitted by Glad Hatter on Discord. And they want to know how you would go about recreating this dress.
Oh, just the dress?
yeah, not the port.
Well,
not the
I think
pedestal.
the I think the whole thing, like the whole thing from the waist down. This is one where I was thinking, if you just want to stand there, you could just make yourself like a little chariot.
Yeah, like I want to say you build it on a Roomba, but I don't think they're strong enough.
No,
I
probably
would-
not.
I would totally build it on like one of those like, you know, in high school or like elementary school, they have like the little 4x4s with
Scooty
like
board.
the scooty boards.
Yeah.
I would put the scooty board down and I'd use cardboard on top, and then maybe something solid underneath that you could stand on so you could get up top.
Yeah, it could be a little higher.
Yeah, so then you could just like wheel it to wherever you needed to be, park it there, have your handler help you onto it with just like typical ball gown, big, huge dress thing.
Mhm.
And then like either using craft foam for wings or like the fabric interfacing wings or the really thin white
The packing
The
fabric.
packing foam?
the packing
Material.
foam for wings, because you
Packing
could get
foam,
some nice gradient
Those we really
colors
like.
on that with the colors that those are. Like the reds would stick to it really nicely, same with the yellows and the light blues.
And the greens.
And then a spandex bodysuit and like, I don't know, EVA foam or Warbler for the head shape.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack on this costume.
Yeah, that would be sort of how I would maybe tackle it. If anyone else,
I also had a hilarious thought when I was looking at this, that these, like, I can't. Why does my thing never zoom in properly? Like these are just giant clown shoes. Like this is the toe.
Oh my God.
Heel. This is like the heel, and
You
like
just build
you
it
can
over your
ignore like
demonias.
like maybe we ignore like from here down, but like these are just your giant clown shoes.
So, I'm going to go to Dairy Queen and I'm going to tell them I'm getting married and I need a cake topper.
okay.
And I'm going to make the bottom piece me. And I'm just going to put that
Oh.
one on my head.
Oh,
Ah.
there you go.
Okay, yeah. So like this is Z's head right here,
Yeah, my head is in that. Yes, okay.
and
I'm
then you
walking
just have
around
this
like,
as a hat.
And that's my hat. Yeah.
This is your arm.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that idea.
Yeah, and then you can have little like puppet
That's
poles
very
for
creative.
the
See,
arms of
that's why
the
you're
person
here.
on
Z.
top of you.
Yeah, you could have like little poles connected to the arms. You could like
You
move
could
the arms and
puppet it?
pivot people.
Yeah.
Little puppet.
I'm not tied to being the cute lady ever. Like I will be the bottom whatever contraption that is. That's fine. I'll look through the bottom of the skirt to see. That's fine.
This is Z's shoulders right here, and this person's just sitting on Z's shoulders.
Yeah.
It's another 2-person cosplay.
Yeah.
And
You
I
gotta
will
have
say, I'm going to interject for two things, because one might be tempted to put on painter stilts or stilts. A lot of conventions don't let you wear those for masquerades.
Mm.
Fun fact that I learned at Anime North this year.
Yeah, I do feel like this would be like a parket costume. I don't think you'd be able to move a lot. So
Yeah.
definitely like a wood base. Like I don't really work with that much, but you would want some kind of very solid cube to start with,
Mm-hmm.
and then build with something lighter like Eva foam, but like maybe even cardboard for this, because you'll be able to get like a gentle curve out of that, and it'll all be recyclable later when you're like, I never want to see this costume again.
It's not the serif at all. It's just
Right.
3 kobolds in a trench coat.
But you've got a lot of like
Three
really
shorties
pretty
in a trench
details in
coat.
there, like the like lacy.
Yeah, like if you
spikes
zoom
and
in
the
on
gold
this
work,
dress, like
there's a
there
lot
is
of
some
lovely
gorgeous
details.
patterning on this dress. Like this fabric is like a really
Okay.
nice bridal satin.
With that much, yeah, you probably want something that already has a pattern in it,
Yeah.
like a jacquard.
I have
like
one
a,
that's
a
I have one
tone on
that's this like
tone.
I have one like this that's black that has black roses on it. I don't have a white one.
I was going to say,
But
Lulu,
yeah, this is really gorgeous. Would be
Lulu
really
Rush in the comments said, A-line hoop made of nylon mesh with rows of horsehair and boning. 2 petticoats, Duchess satin draped gown. I agree. That's probably how you'd make
Mhm.
that.
There's a dress.
I was like, some of us learned about horsehair and boning more than we did before.
Yesterday.
At Sarcasm Females panel.
Yeah, it was good. All right, are we ready for the next one?
Yep.
Moving on. So this is Ari from League of Legends. This was submitted by Link C on Discord, who wanted to know how you make 9 tails and also make them look kind of lifelike instead of just dead and dragging on the floor.
Well, okay, so depends on how much
3, 2, 1,
movement you want. I think first you need like a really good support structure to make sure that they stay up, which is why so many of them look dead and lifeless, because it's going to be so much weight. Like a single tail is already a lot of weight.
Yeah, and you can't really do a backpack with this dress with these shoulders being exposed.
You're probably going to want to attach it to a corset or a belt.
Yeah, it'd have to be on hip support probably.
Yeah.
That's a really cool costume. I like that one. That is something
Yeah.
I'm like, I would cosplay that. It's a cat girl and she has tails. Cool.
She's a kitsune.
I know.
I think
The
the way that I've seen it done before, I'm not sure, but I think they've got 2 tails that go up, and then the other tails are on like a wire, and they're all like springing as you're walking. So like you've got the 2 tails that have the rods in the back, and then they're like, I wouldn't do it that way.
How would you do
like
it?
a lot of work.
That's why you're here.
How would you make it, Z? You have to make this costume go.
So we don't have a budget yet. I know that. So
Okay.
I would buy those what do you call it? They're electronic tails
Yes.
that you
Yes.
attach around your waist, and I would do it that way.
You'd buy
'Cause
9 of
You
them?
buy 9 of them.
9 of them.
And you could fit 9 of them on your back.
Probably.
Have you seen her? She's buff. She goes to the gym. She could carry 9.
That's the way I would do it. Or I would do cardboard, and then it would just be like, woo, in the wind. I don't know.
Yeah, I think like the super motion tails with the foam would get too heavy, so you'd probably want like the really
Mix.
heavy twisted wire for each of them, and just like stuff it really lightly, because any amount of extra weight is gonna make them collapse at that point.
Yeah, and it's also any extra weight's gonna be more weight on your back, right?
So I
like the idea of like having 2 that are like straight up that are stiff and don't move, and then like maybe like 3 that are like in the middle and kind of bouncing around. Then maybe like you have 2 dragging on the ground that you don't have to worry about the weight of.
I was going to say, so someone in the comments said, I did a costume like this in 2006. I used coat hangers attached to the belt and did not know any better at that time. Well, we're still saying that might be a solution is 9.
Yeah, the only difference is you probably want some kind of like board in between the belt and the coat hangers, just to like keep them more upright.
You might want to go to a hardware store and get a wire that's a little heavier grade than a coat hanger, just because of the size and length
Coat
of these
hangers are
tails.
pretty strong, actually.
I think a mix would probably be the
I
way
don't
to
know.
go.
Coat
because-
hangers did not work for my bunny ears, and they're shorter than this.
So I will say this. So I have a friend that did a 9 tails, and she had inflatable balloons in the tails.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
like filled with helium. She's like, it was kind of
They would
expensive,
like
but it was
lift up
totally
the-
yeah. So they were lightly like just essentially bags of the thing, and then she put in several helium balloons, so they would sort of wiggle waggle a little bit. I mean, budget's not an option or not a concern.
fair.
So if you were gonna go, I was like, I'd be interested to see what that actually looks like. In terms of like, you could get the top, I don't know, 4 and do that, and then have the bottom 4 off of a wire. Of either do the super motion tails, with, you could probably get away with doing a combination because one of the pool noodles, and you cut in the things like a super motion tail. So it's like you get some of the shape, but pool noodles are significantly lighter than say that amount of upholstery foam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and would you guys be covering these with fur, or would you be trying to sculpt those tails with like foam?
For
Make it
Fur. But like
Strong.
weightier fur, because a really dense fur is gonna like nothing's gonna be strong enough.
It would be like one of that really, because white cheap fur is easy to find. You could probably get those white, less dense, long pile furs that you probably
ones that
get
aren't
away
as soft but are like
or you can do those
water.
feather tutorials. You know, the really
Oh,
light
yeah.
feathers.
Yeah.
You can do that
Oh,
as
yeah.
fur instead. You'll ruin your hands. But
Well, you don't have to do it all at once. We have no timeline, so you can
Yeah, we
just
got
like
no
pick at it here and there.
it'll take us 10 years, but it'll be done. It's
I was
fine.
gonna say we have no budget either. You could hire
Oh,
9
you
people
could
to
hire
do
people to do
hire a
it.
fleet of cosplayers.
it. I don't know if that answered your question, Linksy, but there are so many different options to go at it. It really depends on your budget, I think, with this one, and your ability to endure pain. Because regardless of how you do it, there's going to be some back pain involved.
Maybe some
I think.
weight. Yeah.
Yeah, look
And
up
then-
angel wing tutorial out of foam.
Yes.
And then like that's pretty cool. But like just buy fur. I would say buy fur.
And then bonus points. I don't know if this is the same character or not, but when I was looking up this character, I found this character. Her tails are made of crystals. So how are we making her tail?
I've seen it done too. I don't know how it's done, but I've seen it done.
I think they did wire and like cellophane, or
Yeah, like
Warbler
the gift wrap stuff.
Warbler has a clear art. Is it called clear art?
Transpart. Transpart.
Transpart. It's very
It
expensive.
will
but
start to get heavy with that much transpart, though.
Oh, that's true. I was like,
Get heavy.
okay, so you have no budget and you have a handler that is just your tail bitch that,
That's fair.
carries your tail around.
I was thinking for this one, you could also maybe make it in such a way where it stands up on its own. Like it's just like a huge resin thing you just carry and you stand
Oh
it behind
god,
you and you
no,
pose in
that
front
much
of it.
resin? No, don't do that to yourself.
Okay, maybe not resin, but like
sheets being cut. Like,
yeah, like that, like
you don't
clear
wanna use, like-
plastic, those clear plastic sheets that are kind of iridescent. You could kind of like build out of that.
yeah,
and
that's
instead
still
of,
gonna be
like-
really heavy.
It might stand up. You can be able to make it stand up on its own, so you don't actually have to attach it to yourself.
I think you'd still want like a wire structure, but if you didn't want to use the plastic sheets, you could use like a crystal organza or something, and then you can like airbrush the tones on it after. Some of those get pretty
Oh, yeah, that's
sparkly,
true.
and that would be lighter.
I think I've seen someone make it out of like cellophane wrap.
Oh yeah, people definitely do.
Yeah.
So it's -30 in Toronto this week. And and you carve it out of ice and then you just stand next to it. You spray paint it a little bit. Yeah.
You just spray do the or like do the blue water, freeze it on top of it. Blue and purple
Just throw
water.
slushies at it until it's the right color.
I was gonna
You ever
say
as a kid put like colored water in like a yogurt container and then let it freeze and like build a fortress out of that?
I was
A
gonna
little
say
ice wall?
as
could do that.
we were talking about sustainability in cosplay, you could potentially use like pop bottles and cut out like sections of pop bottles and glue them
bottles?
together.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think of how much weight that would be.
That is a lot of pop.
That
You
is a
get
lot
more
of
weight
pop.
from the glue than the pop bottle, I think.
Yeah. don't know. It's like
Yeah.
I'm like because this is
Like
her,
reusing. It's good.
ultra form because she has a form where she only has one tail too, I think.
Yeah.
If I recall. It's the you're gonna have to decide whether or not you actually want it crystal or clear, like the glass they are, or if you're just looking for
Or if
the
you want
illusion.
White. Yeah.
Because like, what's this stuff called? I feel like people could make that out of this.
Acrylic sheets?
Laser cutting.
Yeah, acrylic sheets.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just get heavy at that
Yeah, I was
scale.
like, with that much, I think they would be heavy.
True.
But if you can make it so that it like sits on the ground.
Yeah, if you're just standing in front of it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
an art piece.
Well, I mean, if
Like,
you
there are
have
wheels on the bottom
yeah,
of it,
wheels
so
on the
it
bottom,
supports
you
itself,
can
but you
wheel
like
it around.
pull it along.
Rock candy.
That would be heavy.
Mm.
I mean, the actual cosplay itself, not the tails, is relatively easily. They're just big thigh high boots that I would definitely sew onto tights to make them stay up. Yeah.
All right, are you ready for the next one?
Sure.
Yep.
I think that was the last one of the ones that were sent to me. So now we're getting into ones that I am encountering. This is Golvig from Fire Emblem Heroes. Her hair turns into snakes. And we can turn hair into snakes. Also, note one of these snakes is also carrying a spear. So one of them has to be strong enough to hold up a spear prop.
Definitely take that into account when you make your spear prop.
Yeah.
Make it lighter than you normally would.
How many snakes are there? 6?
There are 8, I believe.
Okay.
1, 2,
Yeah,
3,
there's 2 kind of
4,
cut off.
Okay. So
I would also do this with like a wing harness for the snakes and have the hair blend into it. But you're
They're onto the snakes, and the snakes are their own entity.
yeah.
if
That's where it started.
if money was no object, so we're pretending that money is no object in this particular one. Her harness that contains her wings, the wig is going to be like wig, and then you're going to have armature of like a foam tube with wire or EVA foam for the top ones, maybe, so that they don't move, they're just more stagnant. And then you'd essentially glue the wig onto the outside of that, so that, and then at the very end sort of morph it into the snake shape, so you get that transition of hair to snake. Because I feel like that would be
real snake. Yes.
Well, because like the heads are real snake, and the bottoms of the hair is.
So someone in the
hair.
chat said you just attach 8 real snakes.
Yes, real snakes. Yes.
Yeah,
I meant
but just
like-
an option.
it's
You
an
can buy a
option.
snake or
I
two.
meant to sculpt a
Buy
snake,
some
real
gold
snake.
snake.
You knew what I meant.
I think I might do the snakes out of paper mache just for lightness, like a chicken wire kind of structure, so they're hollow or something you can take out after. They wouldn't be as durable though. So if you wanted to
If
make
you-
them like a hollow foam and like coat it with fabric, like little sock puppet guys, that's also an option.
So if you're doing the hair so that the hair is blended with the snakes, and the snakes are on a harness that also has the wigs, how do you put that on?
I wouldn't actually blend the hair. Like I would have hair going onto the snakes, and I would have a separate wig that maybe has some connection points. Like maybe it's all glued into clumps, and you could like snap on like a transition into the snake transition. But I wouldn't make them all one piece because you're gonna want to be able to have just the wig on at some point.
Yeah, because she does have sort of like two-tone hair, so you could have like the white wig goes over it, and then like the gold part of the wig is like just something that snaps into the bottom of your wig piece. You just like snap that onto the bottom of the white wig and put the white wig over top of the rest of it.
So she's sitting. So I would make this on a chair. And I would
It would be a good like
around on one.
wheelchair cosplay if you are mobility challenged.
This is a good
This would be a good one for that.
costume.
Great.
Because then you could
About your wheelchair.
all of the weight off of yourself and like on a chair or a wheelchair.
The chat
We
says
should call it the blue
noodles.
sky panel. Yeah. It is the blue sky panel.
Sorry, the cat has something to say too, apparently.
Because there's a lot of
yeah.
like very like elemental cosplays that I've seen that are like, okay, it's a mermaid and she's got like a whole like what do you call like an ocean underneath her, and it's just you're covering like a chair or something so that the person can sit, so that there's like elements around it. And I feel like this is really big and it would need something that's not just yourself.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Unless you had the two bottom snakes as like
A chair.
in an L, like in an L shape with like wheels or something, so you could like drag this.
This looks
Oh,
heavy.
yeah.
Yeah, no, it
No
does
matter
look
how
heavy.
flat,
Last
like,
one's
you're making
got the
this
wheels and the tail.
I mean, if they're all pool noodles, they're like what, half a pool noodle each? It's only 4 pool noodles. You're all strong enough for that.
I don't
Like,
know.
look at the thing in the back. Like that looks like it's gonna be made out of wood,
Nah, that's foam.
and that's a lot of hair,
It's a lot of hair.
especially if it's like all sculptural.
But I think.
I mean, it's not that much hair. A lot of this is actually her dress.
Yeah, I was gonna
A lot
say
of
I
this
realized
is
that that's actually your dress.
This is all dress. Like
This-
that down here, this is all
Oh
dress.
That's hair
That's
though.
all
That's
dress.
hair behind it. This hair that.
But yeah, it is hair behind it, but like
But that's snake
I
hair.
would,
That's
I would
fine.
hide that with like the back of an office chair.
yeah, like you could like sculpt them all the way, like I said, like sculpt them all the way, like sculpt the gold hair and then just have a white wig that goes over top of it.
I was like, I like Z's idea of doing it in a chair because that would be really.
Hair would be great.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This would be a super fun like chair costume.
And then you don't have to worry about how heavy you make your
like
prop.
a Game
because
of
it's
just like a Game of Thrones. This isn't a like she's just it's not hair at all. It's just a chair. You just have a white wig.
Oh, sorry.
This all the gold is part of the chair.
in the comment. No, we're not going to use wheelchairs though, because they should be only for people who actually use wheelchairs. We were just saying like.
Yeah, I was saying like if you are someone who does use a wheelchair,
Mhm.
this could be an interesting way to like trip out your wheelchair for a con.
Mm-hmm. Just like more like not a wheelchair, but like a chair like shape to sit on that you could like.
Like you created a
wheel onto
chair
the
to
stage.
carry around.
Or you park it in the Anime North parking lot and you just sit there and watch other people for a
Yes.
while.
yeah, Anime North last year had someone who brought their own chair to put on stage.
Yes,
It
we
wasn't as elaborate as this, but they did it.
Check the con rule book.
did. Yes. You definitely would not be able to get something this big up on the stage at AN.
Hmm.
They would look at you funny.
Or yeah. Mm.
It depends on how you do it. If you make it like detachable, the ninjas would hate you.
Hey, your ninjas.
It depends on how heavy it is.
Bring your
If it's
own
big,
ninjas,
it's
yeah.
fine.
Bring your own ninjas. If you want to put this on stage. Yeah, office chairs are thrown. Just roll it around.
I have casters in my stash from an old office chair, and I'm just like waiting for something big enough to use.
This, obviously. Or maybe one of the other ones that's going to come up. I don't know. Should we go into the next one?
Sure.
We still have 15
I have no
minutes,
more
so-
ideas for this one.
Yeah.
I think we exhausted that one. All right, this is Dark Emerald from Magic Knight Rayearth, and we want to make her shoulder pauldron things. So this is not part of the hair. This is part of her costume. These
Oh,
shoulder-
okay. Then.
We don't have to. Where
I
her?
feel like
Her
I would
arms are
like
the
a
white
second
ones.
view of this.
her arms are here. Her arms are here,
Mm.
and this is just shoulder armor, some decoration.
Do we know if they have like much depth? Like, are these kind of blade-like, or are they like scallopy?
I think they're kind of scallopy. I don't think they're blade-like.
Okay.
This was kind of easy, like Velcro and Evafoam.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I'm like EVA foam. I mean, the black part, depending on how it actually moves or is shaped, you may not even need to like cover it. You could just paint it.
Although depending on how it moves, the black part could even just be like fabric panels.
Well, that's what
Yeah.
we were asking. Is
We
it
definitely
have
need
a
something to
structure
support it.
versus?
I don't know. I
I mean,
I've
this
not
could
actually
be cool,
watched
though.
this show.
This is very easily pool noodleable.
Yeah.
Yes, pool noodles. We love pool noodles.
Yeah.
Pool noodles are great.
EVA foam, pool noodles.
And I was thinking, like, you could maybe even attach it to the collar to kind of help it stay up.
Yeah, because it's gonna
structurally.
need a
The
harness
collars
at
is
that
stiff.
size. It's Velcro won't be enough. You probably want to cross some straps like under your bust where it won't be seen, which means you'll have to put this on before
Yeah,
the
like,
rest of your costume, unfortunately. But
We don't know what the back of this costume looks like, though. You could probably easily put a decent harness across the back.
Yeah.
I mean, with that much hair, you could hide whatever harness that you put on the back anyway.
That's true, too. Yeah. It is a lot of hair.
I'm in.
You could even use the shoulder armor to, like, help spread the hair to get this silhouette. Maybe.
All right, I think that's our answer for that.
Okay. Pool noodles.
If I haven't said it, just know I'm thinking about cardboard every time.
Oh no, I am too. I was like cardboard. That was initially what I said. I was like cardboard with fabric on top with cotton batting to smooth out any sort of your cardboard shapes.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Yeah, that kind of reminds me of, like, a featherweight cosplay, doing that with cardboard. Anyway, moving on. This is Green Ajama, is a Yu-Gi-Oh monster. Let's be real. I put this one in here for Z. So this guy's head basically takes up half his body.
Okay.
So how would we make a head that, like, takes up most of your torso?
Upholstery foam. It's got to be upholstery foam. Yeah. A cardboard.
Cardboard.
Cardboard. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Where'd you get on
Did we buy
off this
anything?
cardboard?
Did we buy anything that gave me lots of cardboard recently?
Oh, I was gonna say I would totally do. Upholstery foam that's patterned, and it would sort of sit on your shoulders, and then that head part would come down on your chest a little bit, because the shoulders look like they're here on his head, so you could totally put your head down like this, and then you just wear a green bodysuit
here, and this is the mouth.
Yeah. And then, I mean, you could get creative and have, like, a dummy arm and then put one of your arms in and do his tongue.
Sorry.
Because you
put a dummy arm to do the tongue?
Yeah, like you know how you can make fake arms or whatever in your green suit? And then you could, like, stick your other arm and then be like, hello, person. Lick, lick, lick.
That's fun. Do you do it out of one of the spandexes with the gentle shine so it looks like nice and slimy?
Oh, yeah. You could coat it in silicone too and get that, like, tongue feeling. Yeah.
How would you make the teeth? Would that be just like cardboard painted too, or would you make that out of, like, some sort of a fabric or hair?
I feel like just regular foam would look good. Would look better than cardboard there.
You could 3D print it out of something with a slight translucence so they look like kind of like ivory texture.
Yeah, I guess it would depend on what angle you're going for. Are you just going on absolute ridiculous, or are you trying to be a little bit more realistic in your approach?
But what if they're baleen? What if they're actually baleen? What if they're not teeth? Would you make them out of hair then?
Maybe you get a lot of horsehair and you just, like, pack it real dense. Or, like, wefts.
Yeah, wefts. Like leftover wefts when you do the wig for the snake lady. Because there'll be white hair left over.
Oh yeah, they do look like hair.
Stiffen that and
yeah. I mean, for the eye, you could. I mean, if you're gonna try to make it, you be able to puppet the tongue, you could totally have like a clear bowl, and then have the eye in the middle, and like be able to make it look around.
I was thinking like this. The iris is actually how you would look out, and if depending on how you do this, this could be like a helmet, and you could actually move your head around, and the eyeball would move.
Okay.
Seems too high.
Yeah.
If you go,
I would see through the upper
mouth.
If you
like
go
the
really
top
high tech,
mouth. I would, if we're putting an arm in the tongue, I would see through like that little gap.
Oh yeah.
Here?
My eyes, yeah.
Yeah.
Those are your eyes right
But
there.
The head
Here,
might
right
be lower because of where they are, but
if you go
Oh,
more high
broom
tech,
bristles.
I've seen people do like screens to like a monitor to display the eye, and if you get like a glass dome, it gives it like the depth, so it
Yeah.
kind of looks like it's tracking you. But also you
Or you
could
know
have
those-
your cell phone
know those
inside and like a little
old-
camera anywhere,
Mhm.
and you could see just wherever the camera
You could
is.
see it.
Hmm.
You know those like bouncy balls that used to have like a secondary like eyeball inside it, so like when you roll it, the eye always stares the same direction.
Mm.
And if you could figure out how to do something like that, like have a clear bowl that's full of like liquid, and then have like another bowl inside it.
Have any of you ever seen a cosplay that has like the actual shoujo sparkles around them? Because I've been wanting to do that for a long time with wire. Like spring off.
Yes.
I haven't done it
You have
yet.
to
But that's
find
how I
someone
would
beautiful enough.
start. What's that, Pira?
You need to find someone beautiful enough to pull it out.
It just naturally happens for them.
I mean,
Yeah.
like,
Well,
when
for like sparkles, you could put them on like, you know, like the clear plastic, like the number 4 recyclable plastic. You could put like a little sparkle on the end of that, and then just like stick it off of you in various places.
I think I saw an Armstrong that had, what did they use?
What,
The
sparkle?
long fiber optic cables that you can
Ooh.
get from the dollar store, and had them glued on to a couple different spots with like a star thing hanging off of that. Thank you very much for the donation. Thank you.
Yay, donation! Thank you.
I was gonna say, I mean, like, when I did my Link costume way back when, and I had a Navi, I had wire, a thin wire that came off my shoulder.
Mm.
And you can't usually see the wire in most of the pictures. Back then, you probably could see the wire now with cameras, technology, but
Better.
Well, you can Photoshop it out real easy now.
yes.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's like you don't need to put a bowstring on your bow. You can just Photoshop in a bow or a bowstring.
Yeah, I was gonna say this character definitely reminds me of the Pokemon, or the people that do Pokemon heads wearing basically a Speedo. That's what this is. Let's be honest. If you've been to YetiCon, you know. This would be a YetiCon costume. You could do that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
This
the
is
pool
the total
ready.
Yeti costume. Pool ready. Yes. All right. Next one. I think we probably have time for one
I
more.
think we have time for one more. Yeah.
Okay.
One more. Okay. What's next? Oh, this one's in here for Dart. This is Mercury Mon.
It's
a
for me?
Digimon. Yeah. I mean, specifically, we're looking at this head, I think. But like this whole costume, I think this would be a fun costume to do. Like, this would be so fun as a full costume. But mostly, I'm thinking about how would we do this head and this like big, fluffy, spiky hair. This big like Jessie from Team Rocket curl at the end of it. All right, 3, 2, 1, cosplay.
So we're gonna kill a furry.
I mean, yes.
No. No.
No.
Foam batting around a wire kind of thing, and take that all the way through. We're talking about the wig, right?
The thing.
We can talk about the wig and the wig and the helmet and the headpiece. I know Dart would probably be able to make this jaw actually move. I don't think it has to.
I don't think the character's jaw moves because he has a jaw underneath.
No,
of
but
that.
it'd be cool. Yeah. It's gonna be cool.
Because I think it's supposed to be, it's a skull. It's a skull that has been skinned on the bottom half.
Because we took out a furry.
Yeah, we took out a furry with that one. So I would probably build it out of something like maybe Warbler, because you're gonna have to shape more of it, or like a combination of Warbler and EVA foam, and then put your fur on top of it for the top of the head. And then I was looking at, so I hate wigs, so I would not use hair for that. I would probably use that thin packing foam.
Like the wings, like
the
people
wings,
make the wings,
and you could probably build like the shape of it, and it would be relatively light because it looks like it's not a lot of weight to it. Maybe not get as big as it shows in the picture. I think
you could probably put some underneath structure to it, like a chicken wire structure for like the top of it to have it get that like volume shape, and then just cover it with the.
I feel like EVA foam would be a lighter solution for that, because you could make like a cage out of EVA foam, or like a tomato cage, for some of the base shapes.
That's kind of what
Yeah, but if you were, like I said, if you were gonna make it as big as it shows in the picture, you're probably gonna need a backpack, to help balance your neck so you don't kill your neck.
Or just put some counterweights in the jaw. No, that probably wouldn't work. It's a really heavy jaw just to counterbalance it. Pull it down. Actually made of solid metal. Yeah, I really like the design of this Digimon.
I was like, I mean, I'm all for the giant feet. I like giant feet.
Yeah. Your Digigrade feet down here.
And then the 80s ankle warmers made out of fur. That's definitely what.
And this, I also really dig this weapon. Like, it's pretty cool.
Now, okay, question for Pierre, because you 3D print more stuff. Would you 3D print that weapon, or would you craft it?
This one's pretty organic, so I would probably craft it. Usually I save 3D printing for when it needs to be like symmetrical or precise, because I'm not very good at those things. But something like this, I think I'd start with like
a pink insulation foam.
Hard. No, not even. Like I do this like Fricagel up there, which is like sheets of Eva foam, and then a lot of the sculpting foam. What's that one? The air dry clay?
Foam dry clay.
Foam clay?
Foam clay, yeah. Like a lot of the foam clay over it for the more bony organic pieces. So like maybe you would 3D print like the teeth.
I said, here's those 3 muscles that I was talking about that we missed on that other character.
There. Okay,
well,
so
Z
would wear a black bodysuit and wear all that on top because she's buff.
Because Z is that buff.
I have a bodysuit that I made for multiple male cosplays because I needed the extra buffness. Because they're big boys and I want to do the big boys justice. So I would wear that. But that took me a long time because I hand sewed it, like the whole thing. But like you can buy the silicone ones now and they're probably just as good. They're probably better.
Yeah, like Batman, you could just buy one of those Batman ones.
Batman.
Yeah.
Because like your Batman logo would be covered by this mirror talisman thing.
You could paint over.
Any other thoughts on what we would do with this hair? So we got the wire cage or the foam cage with like the fluffy foam. Would anyone try to make this out of actual hair, or like craft foam?
I mean, if you got the pre-crimped, like the braiding hair, that's already pretty light and it's like pre-crimped, so you don't need to do that, which would save a lot of time. And because it's crimped, you don't need to use as much. So I don't think it would take more than like 3 packs of the weft to do that. So like it wouldn't be the heaviest, but I also might just do like strips of faux fur for like each spike would just be like a strip. I've seen tutorials where they brush out the back so it's fuzzy on both sides. But I think actual hair is going to get really tangled and messy even if you glue it down for the most part.
Yeah, I mean my first thought for like if the hair was only like this long would be to like just super tease and sculpt. Because you can sculpt teased hair. You'd have to get like a really long wig. Because you lose like half the length when you tease it. But that could be like a good base for up here, just like really tangled teased hair. And then like you could still do your other foam on top of it.
You would need so much hair though.
See, I really miss cosplaying 20 years ago because
how,
like wear like
I can make a wig.
Sorry, where you could do what, Sammy?
You could just wear like a green wig and just be like, okay, it's done.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like, it depends if you're trying to be as accurate or you're just trying to be like, I am this character, and you'll know exactly who the character is. I don't need 8 feet long of hair. I just need 3 feet long of hair.
Yeah.
But
that's a little
that's
curl at the end.
the point of this panel, though.
Well, no, but I was gonna say, but it's how we would choose to cosplay them, right? So I think that also factors.
I like
into
to try to be as accurate as possible. Like if I were to cosplay Miku, I would want my pigtails to like flow out like this instead of just being like.
I was like, I know it's the kettle calling the stove black or whatever when I say, yes, but I do think there's something about me wanting to enjoy my con experience, so I don't want to be a pain.
You don't want to have to not
Pot
feel
calling the
doors.
kettle, yes. That's what I was trying
Yeah.
to say.
Definitely the pot calling the kettle black.
Yeah, I don't know. I just I can't be bothered. Sorry. Sometimes I'm like, it's green. Whatever.
I was gonna say, I mean, you could have some real, like, I don't know, the snake lady costume. You could just have cardboard snakes, and then they could be like going like this.
On a sign. Just
They're gonna know. They're gonna
Yeah,
know.
when they move, and then everyone would be so excited that they move that they wouldn't
Yeah.
care that they're not 3D.
just like a cardboard mural and like have it on like a little clockwork spinning thing so
Yeah.
like they move. Just like clockwork cogs. And just or if you put them on like a wheel, like and then you roll it and that rolls the gears and that makes the snakes all move. That'd be fun.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, like you can cosplay whatever you want. It's all about what you want to put into it and what, you know. Why are you at a convention? So people
Yes.
recognize the character you are. You can do it any way that you want, as long as.
Anyways,
you immediately.
we're out of time.
There.
Mhm.
Oh,
think
we're
we're
at
out of
number
time.
one.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I still have so many more for next year.
Oh my god.
Okay.